I had an older brother, which is Joseph is not my real name. I changed when I became a citizen here. I took his name because my name is in Yiddish is called Yidel. It's spelled I-D-E-L, and here they spelled it Idel. So I didn't like it. So when I became a citizen, I changed it legally. I took his brother's name, keep his memory alive. My name is Joseph Alexander. I was born in Poland, in a small town named Kowal, K-O-W-A-L. And I was born in 1922, November 30th, 1922. And I lived in a small town, but I had a family, parents, and I had 3 sisters and 2 brothers. And I'm the only survivor. And I survived 12 camps, including Auschwitz, Dachau, Warsaw Ghetto. I was twice in the Warsaw Ghetto. I lived in a town where the population was 6,000, but 25% was Jewish. And we had a very good life. Matter of fact, when I was about 10 years old, I belonged to a Jewish organization, a Zionist organization at Chalutz, Shomer, you know. And my whole family, my brothers, my sisters, we were all belonged to a Zionist organization. So until 1939, when the Germans came into Poland, they divided Poland in 2 parts. One part to the annex to the Third Reich, that's the part we lived. Then the second part was Poland under German occupation. And that was a time when in Warsaw, they were building the walls where the Warsaw Ghetto was going to be. So after a while, they built the walls. They came out and they said, all the Jews within 50, 60 kilometers surrounding Warsaw had to move into the ghetto. So we moved into the ghetto, and you can't even imagine the life, what's happened in the ghetto, how it was. It was unbelievable. People were dying. People on the streets, on the sidewalks, everywhere, there were dead people. They came out and they said, oh, the Jewish man from 16 to 60 reported to the schoolhouse. So I had to report to the schoolhouse, and off I went to the camps. About 2 or 3 weeks later, they were taken to another ghetto called Lodz. So when I was in the camps, my first camp already, I got a letter from my sister, one letter that they picked up. They took my little brother. And at that time, they didn't have the crematoriums yet. They were gassing people on trucks. They were running trucks on wood and put the fumes inside the trucks. And he was taken to a camp named Chelmna. And that's the only one I know what happened to. The rest of my family don't know what happened to him. After being in about 7 camps already, train arrived, we got on the train, and the destination we were going, actually they never told you where you were going. They never tell you, you didn't know where. My luck was, we arrived in Auschwitz was after midnight. And we came to Auschwitz, and at that time when I came, that was in 43, they didn't have the trains going in to the camp. Later on, they built that. The trains went straight into the camp. But when I came, the train stopped, and there's a little town named Auschwitz. And there were 6 kilometers to the camp. When we got off the train, about 30–40% of the people were already dead on the train. Got off, we were lined up in the rows of 5, and I met Dr. Mengele. I'm sure you probably know who Dr. Mengele was, called Dr. Dead. And he said there's 6 kilometers to walk to the camp. So what we called, he picked people who said to go to the left, we called it. Old people, sick people, young people. And he picked me to go to the left. Because the people on the left, they'll be taken on trucks. But if I would have come from home, I wouldn't know the difference. But I was already in 7 camps when I came there. And every time when the OD camps I was, every time I had to go to work, I was always trying to get in to the biggest, strongest men, the biggest group to get into. Because me, I was a little guy, I couldn't get away, which I did get away with a lot of things. And here, and I told me to go to the left, and I look around, and I see old people, sick people. I said, that's not the kind of people I like to be with. And my luck was after midnight. If it would have been daytime, I don't think I could have done it. Because when Dr. Mengele moved further down, I ran back to the other side. Say, if the daytime, I don't know if I could have done it. But I ran back to the other side. And the next morning, we found out the people on the left went straight to the gas chamber. So they said they need a big transport, but they didn't want to take any people from Poland. So they went to Greek, Hungarians, Romanians, but on the end they were shot, about 300 people. They said, now we'll take people from Poland. So I reported. And we got the same thing together on the train. You're driving around again for about 3 days. And that was the time I went back the second time to Warsaw, to the Warsaw Ghetto. That was after the Ghetto uprising. So we came to Warsaw. There was nothing there, no buildings, nothing, because all the buildings were burned out. There were just the remaining walls were just remaining. And our job was, we came back to take down those walls brick by brick and clean them up and put them up in stacks of 8–10 feet high. Shirt I was wearing, there was no shirt left. There were just shreds. It was eaten up from lice. Finally, we built the camp, so on Sunday you got a shower, you got some fresh clothes. And in the meantime, the typhus broke out. So if you report to the hospital, nobody ever came back out. So that was it. And typhus is, you get high fever, high temperature. And I got it. I got the temperature, but I didn't report to the hospital because I was lucky. I had a couple, what we call a couple, who was like a foreman. He was a German man. He was a middleweight man, but he was also a prisoner. But he was a good man. So when I got it, I was sitting behind those stacks of bricks like this for about 3 days until I got over the temperature. And then I was okay. Between 12 and 1 o'clock, first American tank moved in. We were liberated. So the tank moved in, and Americans tried to close off the village. But believe me, that's all I saw. When I was liberated, that's all I saw, that one tank. Because we were a group of 9 of us. We were in the camps over 5 years already. We didn't want to get closed in again. So we got through and started to walk to see where the next town is. So we walked for about a kilometer or 2 or something like that. And we came to a German bakery. So we got in the bakery, everybody got a bread. You were a bread, you were okay. And start walking to find the next town.
Hearing your story and everything you've told us, what do you think the future, in your opinion, how do you think the future will be like? How will they learn from your experience and your story?
What the future holds?
Yeah, the future of the world or the US, or how are they?
Well, nobody knows, but we hope that this is why there's not too many of us left. That we can spread the word and make people believe what happened. So we hope maybe this can prevent from happening again.
Is there anything about modern day today that makes you concerned and you wish you could change and you wish?
Well, of course we are concerned because of what's going on, because the anti-Semitism is rising. It's not getting any less, it's getting more. So you're concerned about it, but we hope for the best. You're talking to somebody who survived it, who lived through it. I've been asked this question by kids. How come did you ever think to give up? Lose hope? I said, no, I never lost hope. I never lost my faith and never lost hope. I always said, I may have a bad day today, but I hope tomorrow will be a better day. Never give up, never lose hope. This is liberation from Munich. It shows you the date here that I was in here from 1939 to May 2nd, 45. This is from Auschwitz. Okay. See, there's my number out here. This is the liberation from Dachau.
Is that you in the middle?
Yeah. That was, I lived upstairs in the farmhouse.
Yeah.
That's in front of the farmhouse.
Wow. You haven't changed a bit.
I got it. It was me. I got it from in Munich.
So was this after the war?
After, yes, okay. Sure. It was after. See, it's in English, English and German.
All right, let's see the other side.
Oh, there you are.
Is that what you still show today if you get pulled over? You said it doesn't expire.
No.
It's valid in Munich and in Los Angeles.
That's right. Wow. There's no expiration date on it.
I just want to thank you for coming and for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate it, and we're going to promise to carry on your memory and bring on the testimonies that you've shared with us today.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm available anytime. You want to talk to me, you want to say something, you can always call me.
Thank you so much.